Do we have that handy? Where he just turned the corner and all of a sudden he just took off and it took your breath away because he could fly. Tim doesn't have anywhere near that kind of speed or quickness to me. He's got a little bit of elusiveness, but to me, this is why it's also an insult to Tim. To me, Tim is enhanced as a runner, as a quarterback, with the art of deception because he's such a great ball handler. Nobody gives him credit for this, but he's a very underrated, slick ball handler. He needs ride and decide off the spread option because is he going to give it? Is he going to keep it? Is he going to pull it back and throw it? That's what makes him a much better runner than he should be, given his speed and quickness and
size.
I
disagree. If you watch the tape of him running downhill in a Wildcat, he's a good runner. He's a good. He's nowhere near as fast as John
driver. I mean,
that's
right.
Using him. That's exactly what he is.
Crashes into the middle for 3 yards.
That's exactly what he is, and there's merit to that because that's what the Jets want to do. Now he's a little more elusive than just a pile driver. He can make you miss.
Sometimes on the edge.
Yeah.
But usually it's because the defense is off balance because they guessed wrong run or pass. Usually you've got them on their heels because they can't figure out, is he going to give it to McGahee, or in this case it could be Sean Green, or is he going to keep it off tackle? It's all deception. It's all misdirection.
Yeah,
it's going this way, it's going this way.
I think he's got some running skills.
Yeah, Stephen A.
No, I didn't want to talk. I wanted you to be quiet so I can learn from Bill. Let him speak. Go ahead, Bill.
Okay, then I'm going to keep speaking. This is where this is an insult to Tim Tebow. And I get, if you're just making a case that because the Jets are a little thin at running back, he could be utilized more at running back just because they can't get him on the field the other way, I still believe he can be a successful starting quarterback in this league. Successful start, not a Pro Bowl player, but that you can win with Tim Tebow at quarterback. And I think you're going in the direction of you've already decided you cannot win with Tim Tebow at quarterback.
That's correct.
Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So if Tim Tebow were coming out of college and I was trying to hang on to this sort of elusive notion that I know he can do it in the NFL, I would buy into your theory. I saw him do it. I saw it in his rookie year, late in the year. He threw for 323 against the Houston Texans. This is a rookie at the end of the year for a really bad football team against a pretty good defense at that point, 323. Then again and again last year when it was time to throw, and again, off the art of deception because people are going to run open because you don't know if he's going to give it or keep it. And all of a sudden, he would step back, and he gutted people, as John Gruden was telling Stephen A. 316 against the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's not easy to do. You can win with that. You can win with him throwing for 191 in the fourth quarter and overtime against the Chicago Bears. I saw it at Minnesota. We saw them lose last night, but Tebow went up there and just outshot them. He threw the heck out of the football. You can win with that.
I admire your belief in Tim Tebow, but the bottom line, from my perspective, is he just doesn't throw the ball well enough, and Jaws echoes this and many others.
Okay, well,
he
I don't care what they say.
Well
okay,
to
but they
be a
said
winning
it last year,
quarterback in the NFL.
and I went right on the record before we started last year, and I said if he gets a chance, he will win a bunch of football games. That was a 1-4 football team. He took it over, and I predicted he would go 7-4, and he went 7-4. That's not easy to do in this league, to go 7-4 with a bad football team. Okay, Tom Brady threw 5 first-half touchdown passes. I know, but 5 first-half touchdowns. That was a terrible defense.
He can't bring you from behind.
Okay,
New England was not a great
quarterbacks
defense.
Can. Okay, and you know what?
Hey, I got paid to win football games.
Okay, and
right?
guess who your quarterback was?
Let me finish.
Okay.
Let me finish. Yeah, I know who my quarterback was. And we won 45 times in the fourth quarter. That's what you have to do in the National Football League as a quarterback. He cannot do it. He did not do it in New England when it counted.
Bill,
they knocked him out of the game.
He had an impossible 6 comebacks in the fourth quarter and overtime. Again, you can say they didn't score enough points.
That's correct.
No.
Not throwing it.
No, always throwing.
Not coming from behind.
No, they came from behind throwing it.
I know it. No.
I mean, look what happened against the Bears. The Bears had the same defense last year.
In the 2-minute drill. No, they didn't have the same defense.
No, I mean, it was close. It was pretty close. He ripped it apart.
Skippy did not throw.
Yes, he
did not come from behind. With the Jets, he was running when he came from behind and beat the Jets. He was running.
No, against
he did not always
the Bears game. He threw for 191 yards in the fourth quarter and overtime. Are you kidding
one
me?
Game, Skip. One game.
One game.
Skip, are you going to sit here with a straight face and say that Tim Tebow consistently beat you throwing the football instead of running? Bill is absolutely right.
No.
He's absolutely right. He wasn't throwing the ball.
Hey, he did it again and again and again. Every comeback had passes part of
Well,
it.
you and I are going to have to agree to disagree because I would not want my
Well, I know.
livelihood staked on Tim
Okay, but
Tebow
again,
as a quarterback.
You were spoiled by the greatest regular season quarterback, to me, in the history of football, Peyton Manning.
Well, would you say I've been around some good ones?
Yeah.
Jim Kelly, Frank Reich, Kerry Collins, Peyton Manning.
This guy shattered the mold. Again, I'm not saying he'd ever even make a
come
Pro Bowl,
on.
but a lot of people could use Tim Tebow right now. I can show you.
I'll echo
Listen,
Marv Levy. I don't want Pro Bowl quarterbacks. I want Super Bowl quarterbacks.
okay, well, I think you could
And
win
I
a
don't
Super
think-
Bowl with Tim
well,
Tebow.
then
No,
and I
you
disagree.
can't. Oh, my Lord. You
Oh,
said
my
that
Lord.
with a straight face?
Yeah, I do. I
With
just
a
saw them
straight-
win the
you-
division
you-
last
you-
year.
You
They
just
won the
uttered that with a
division.
straight face?
They came
You
from
can win
1-4
a
to
Super Bowl.
win the division?
You just finished talking. You just finished talking all of this time, interrupting Bill every second.
I
Let me
didn't
say this
interrupt
to you.
him one
Skip.
time.
Let me tell you. Yes, you did. You didn't let him talk enough. Here's the deal. You're gonna sit there with a straight face and say on the record, even you, I can't believe you're saying this. You're telling me that you think that Tim Tebow can win a Super Bowl?
Yes.
Are you saying that?
Yeah.
The ESPN needs to have you tested right now. I can't believe you just said that. You need to be tested immediately. As soon as this show is over at 12 noon, they need to bring a doctor up in here to test you.
For
I want
what?
blood tests and everything. I
Diet
can't
Mountain
believe you
Dew?
just said that. I can't
I'm
believe you
positive
just
for
said
Diet
that.
Mountain Dew.
That's ridiculous.
No, it's not.
A
Stephen
Super
A.
Bowl?
Wait a second. Your Pittsburgh Steelers were ranked #1 in defense
Super
last year.
Bowl. Don't bring me up one game.
316. He's still in his
Bill is
rookie
here.
series
I'ma
of
let
stars.
Bill talk.
How did Peyton
I'ma let
Manning
Bill
do his
talk.
first?
Bill just broke
18,
down Terry
20
Collins,
stars.
Jim Kelly, Frank Wright, all of these. I'm
Fine.
gonna let him talk,
They're
but I didn't
tremendous.
expect you to say that. I thought that you had reached the limit with the ridiculous stuff you utter. But that, go ahead, Bill. I apologize. I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm sorry.
My take is
I'm sorry.
simply this. Let's get him on the field. He's a playmaker. I agree that
He
he's
is
a
a
playmaker.
playmaker.
I'm a Tim Tebow fan, just not as a quarterback. Let's
Thank
get him
you.
on the field and figure out a way to help the Jets.
Okay.
Bill Polian, thank you so much for joining us. It was good. Can we have you back?
Sure.
All right. And next time you can talk a little more.
I don't
I'll
want him to
be
get
in
excited,
studio
though.
next time to make sure he's more respectful.
Oh, okay. We'll make sure it's when you're here, Stephen A. Meanwhile,
I'll see you, Stephen A.
All right, buddy.
coming up, we're
Stephen
going to...
A. Polian.
Yeah, Stephen A.
That's
Polian.
right, and I'm
Oh, boy.
proud.
Coming
I'm
up,
proud of
compare RG3 to Tim Tebow. Was this your idea, RG3 to Tim Tebow? We're doing that